And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building. And just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Washington Redskins.
So, haven't played well lately. Maybe get a win here. You're gonna have to play good.
The kicker, Dustin Hopkins, set to get this one going. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
All purple. Cool.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run again on 1st down. Cook finding some room at midfield. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. A big play there out of Cook. 43 yards on the ground. Big run on the opening drive, and they better watch out for this guy or it's going to be a long game.
Back when I played in our scouting reports getting ready for games, we put stars next to the guys that we thought were the key players on the other side. There should have been 3 or 4 stars next to that guy's name.
We're going, let's go. We're going.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. This will be caught inside the 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
I don't mean to jump in on you, partner, but they didn't waste any time getting downfield, did they? I mean, a nice big play there.
3 plays, 3 successful plays in plus territory. Now this defense on its heels a bit.
It seems like they had something targeted there, doesn't it? It's like, okay, we've got a matchup we like coming right out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get right to it.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there from 8 yards out. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here we go, the first carry for the former Viking Peterson. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks. Peterson, Charles, at age 33, I think when he signed with the Redskins, people were wondering, what would this season be like? Well, it started off pretty good.
Yeah, and you remember the reason why they're asking that question. Age 33. Last season didn't end very well in Arizona. Had some good games, but was hurt down the stretch. Didn't have those games again. But now, 96 yards in the season opener for Washington at Arizona. Comes back for 20 against Indianapolis. And then 120, a big performance against Green Bay. At his best, you're getting to Adrian Peterson, the defense's fear.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
As Minnesota comes back out here, Charles, I'm just kind of looking down at the NFC North and the standings. Gosh, this is still anybody's division. I mean, the Vikings at 4-3-1, they have as good a chance as anybody to win this thing.
They certainly do, and we've seen how Chicago in 3 weeks went from first to last and back to first. So movement is a big part of the NFC North right now. For Minnesota, one more home game versus Detroit coming up this week. Then they hit their open week. Then they go to Chicago, home for Green Bay. 3 straight division games that could go a long way towards shaping that race.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Cousins now on 2nd down. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First grab so far for Diggs. It's a first down. Cousins on first down. And complete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. They just do get the playoff. Now Cousins escaping the pressure right. He's got it complete to Diggs right side. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. Cousins finding Diggs on a big one. 44 yards.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought...
They'll come out in the pistol. Now a play fake here on first down. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Bailey now for the extra point. Bailey got the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Bailey now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Washington's offense set to take over again here. You saw them last week against the New York Giants. 20-13, the Redskins wanted to get to 5-2. And, Charles, that's their best start in a decade since 2008.
And they're doing it a little bit differently than anyone would have expected, because from the time they signed Adrian Peterson, they became a true run-first team. And he looks like the 2008 version of himself. Had 149 yards and 2 touchdowns, including a 64-yard sprint for one of those TDs. His 15th career touchdown to 50-plus yards. That ties Barry Sanders for the most all-time among running backs. He really looks great.
And if you look at the Redskins' remaining schedule, it's the easiest in terms of winning percentage. So Winkle, and got his man complete.
Nice catch.
That one goes for 36 yards.
That was sweet.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Here's Smith now on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Throwing on third down, Smith is going to let this one go deep. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Back to throw, Smith. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Sheldon Richardson with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10.
Rhino, Rhino! Rhino, Rhino! You hot? Andy!
They go play action here on 1st down. It's complete to Diggs. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Here's Bailey now for the extra point. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that makes the score 21-0. Bailey now to kick this one away. Now here's Johnson. return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, here's Smith. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A very solid gain of 27. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Handoff comes to Peterson. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Andrew Sendejo in on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, and you've got a running back of this size.
Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he's able to bring it out 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Well, Charles, hard to believe we're already at the halfway point of the season, less than 100 days now until Super Bowl 53. Right now, Chiefs-Rams, they appear to be so good, but give me one other contender in each conference that could press them.
Well, let's start in the AFC. If you're going to give me a strong contender or have me pick a strong contender, you never take New England out of it. And don't forget, New England has the victory over Kansas City, albeit at home in New England. But still, Tom Brady and the Patriots, never count them out. If you want to pick a dark horse team out of the AFC, how about the Los Angeles Chargers? Philip Rivers and crew throwing it around. They'll get Joey Bosa back a little bit later in the season to help provide better pass rush. If that happens, they can compete with anyone. If I flip it over to the NFC side, New Orleans right now looks like a very strong contender, playing very well on defense, and Drew Brees is flinging it like crazy, and Alvin Kamara is running it and catching it. But how about this for a dark horse? The Seattle Seahawks. They're back to playing Seahawks football, running the heck out of it on offense. Russell Wilson now guiding your football team, and a young, hungry team wanting to establish their own bona fides.
And on a little 2-game winning streak now at 4-3.
Wide. Black.
Cousins now from the 50. He's going to air one out. This is intercepted. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Smith. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder.
Wow, nice
and
catch.
He's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. On 1st and 10, Smith. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Smith on 1st down. Crowder's got it over the middle. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards. On 1st down, Smith. And for the 3rd time here this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Andrew Sendejo. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, just taking a glance real quick at next week's games in the NFL. The Chiefs at Browns, that's kind of intriguing. Obviously, the Browns are struggling, Charles, but Mayfield and Mahomes, that's going to be a fun quarterback battle.
It's going to be a blast, isn't it? Maybe they can recreate their day when they played against each other in college, when Mayfield had transferred from Texas Tech to Oklahoma. Mahomes is now the starting quarterback at Texas Tech. Mayfield throws for 545 and 7 touchdowns, and the better game was had by Mahomes. Now, Mahomes' team lost, but individually, 734 yards, 5 touchdowns, and ran for 85 yards more. It's unbelievable. I thought both of their arms would fall off at the end of that game.
Those are some Big 12 stats right there. Now, you've got the stat sheet from that game in front of you. How many times did Mahomes throw it?
He threw it 88 times.
That's unbelievable.
88. I think that game ended probably 2 days later after kickoff. I mean, it's unreal how long it took.
Off the play fake, Cousins. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Breaking that one up, the former All-Pro Josh Norman.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Go ahead, go ahead. You must be getting tired of
On third down, Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. Crowder now to return. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Redskins will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And this is a spot late in the clock near midfield, though. Maybe take a couple chances, see if you get in field goal range.
You do that if you have trust. And this should be a position now where the great ones, they relish this opportunity to try and put points on the board.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to air one out. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Xavier Rhodes, the cornerback, there in coverage.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Smith on 2nd down. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch.
Nice play.
And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this 1st half. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Smith. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Smith. And that is caught by the tight end Reed. Touchdown, Washington.
Really well done.
Jordan Reed in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Redskins are able to cut into that deficit. Hopkins with
That's a
the
big play
extra
right there.
point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7.
Gets the ball back, too.
Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Cook following the penalty. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. So we've hit.
Okay, well, so much for the halftime report here. Guy can't even finish his Snickers. We're going to get right to the 3rd quarter. Let me spit this out.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect.
The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. Eric Kendricks leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. To throw on second down is Smith. He's going to loft one deep left side here. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. 3rd and long, it's Smith. Jordan Reed has it. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. He had their lone TD earlier. Now he's got a 1st down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made.
Oh, no, I thought I picked it off.
You're one big score away from being right back there.
Well, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They give them a gain of 37. First down, here's the run with Peterson. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. To throw on 2nd down. Smith. This is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Jamison Crowder, 28 yards. And the Redskins are able to make this a close game again. Extra point good by Hopkins.
Nice try,
and they're back with it, a touchdown at 21-14. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10. First down. Here's Cousins. It's complete to
he held on to that.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Cousins now on 2nd down. Flushed out right. Open here, Adam Thielen. That one goes for 24 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he was able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
They pitch it out to Cook. Nifty move. Always got some breathing room. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll run with Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. And they got the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Bailey now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. On the catch, it's Crowder. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. He got 29 yards that time. Now Smith on 1st and 10. Doxson with a grab over the middle. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Smith now to throw. And he's taken down inside the 30. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll run for it with Peterson. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Do you think after that last run they're thinking to themselves, we had to wait all day to play this night game, and we're still not able to run the ball?
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington.
Nice play, dude.
Paul Richardson, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Redskins have made this a one-score game. Hopkins with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. And now out comes Minnesota. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Again, it's Cook. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A toss to Cook, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. On second down, Cook. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Cousins to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, incomplete.
Crap,
Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious, and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Let's go. Let's go. It's gone.
Cousins. And that is incomplete. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position. So out now come the Redskins.
Did that too good. I panicked
And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They give it to Peterson. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on fourth down. Back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Vikings are going to win this football game. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on fourth down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here. Fourth down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
They start the drive with Cook, and that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be second and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a second and 11. They run it again with Cook. And not much of an opening there, as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Tackle made there by Mason Foster. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
third down. Dalvin Cook. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. Fourth down now.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here.
Dre,
Someone
good battle.
made
Nice
some
comeback.
adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to